welcome to Dish with Trish and welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm going to show you how to make some basic deviled eggs that will be sure to please everyone that tries them. So the first thing we're going to do to make our deviled eggs is to put some water in a pot and then put our eggs in and make sure that the eggs are totally immersed in water. That means that they're covered all the way, and then we're just going to turn our stove on and put it on maybe, I'd say, a medium temperature. Actually, I'll go with medium high, maybe turn it down a little later. And then we're just going to let our eggs boil, and when they start to boil, we're going to tam them for 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes is up, we're going to take them off the stove and take them over to our sink and immediately put some cold water on them. And then we're also going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil. And because eggs are porous, the olive oil will absorb in the egg and it will make it very easy for us to take the shells off. Okay, so here we are. Our eggs have been cooking for 15 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and turn our stove off and prepare to rinse our eggs with cold water. About a teaspoon of olive oil in the water with these eggs so that they can go ahead and absorb the olive oil into their shells, and it'll make them easier for them to be peeled. And they have the ability to do that because of the outer shell of an egg is very porous. So now we have the eggs in our sink. I'm going to go ahead and just run some water on them. Make sure they're cool before you start peeling them, or you'll probably burn yourself. So there we are. We'll just let those sit for maybe 3 or 4 minutes to cool off a little, and then we'll go ahead and peel them. We're now ready to peel them. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking one egg at a time out of the water. Now I'm going to bring it over to my cutting board and just give it a little crack and roll it a little, and then just come back over here to my container and go ahead and just peel that right off. And we're just going to continue doing this until we get all of our eggs peeled. This one I'm cracking. See, this is a good method. This comes right off. Take another one, go over, put it on our cutting board, give it a crack, roll, bring it over, and start to peel it. So we're doing real well. We're taking out our last egg. We're going to put it on our cutting board. We're going to crack and roll. I'm going to bring it over to our container where we're putting our shells and start to peel it. And this will be the last one. And then I'll show you how to mix up the egg yolk mixture. Ready for phase 2. Now we're going to slice it lengthwise, which means we're going to slice it just like this, the longer length of the egg. Just slice it in half. Pop our egg yolk right in this bowl here, and then put the other part in this plastic container that I have here that holds eggs, and it's from Walmart, and it works very well, and it keeps your eggs in place even when you're traveling. So we'll go ahead and take the next one, take it out, and put it into our container. So we'll continue this process until we're finished with all of our eggs. Squeeze it, and right out it goes. We have a total of 8 egg yolks in our bowl here. We're just going to go ahead and smash these up. I like to have lumpy eggs, so just take your time and smash them up. And as you know, eggs are considered to be a natural, perfect food of nature. They have a lot of protein, vitamins, and fatty acids in them. And they also contribute to a healthy brain and nervous system. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, well, they have piles of cholesterol. Well, I think they're finding out that's not really true. When I went to my doctor a few months ago, he asked me how many eggs I ate, and I was afraid to say 2, so I said 1, sometimes 2. And he said, oh, that's okay. You can eat at least 2 eggs a day if you want. So things are changing in the medical world about this cholesterol business. Found out that Americans had less heart disease when they ate more eggs. The cholesterol thing is, it's not cholesterol in the eggs, it's our intake of saturated fat, which is not cholesterol, that influences the blood cholesterol levels. And a lot of times, you know, as our liver does not fully metabolize fat, The liver will release the cholesterol back into our circulatory system, hampering your body fat loss and putting you at risk for more high health disorders, such as high cholesterol. The eggs are all smashed up, and we will get this underway. Next, we're going to go ahead and put 2/3 cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise, which I have right here, and put that in. Try to not make so much noise with this. And we're going to go ahead and mix that up. And this is looking good. This is for 8 eggs that we have here in our... And then we're going to go ahead and put a tablespoon of sugar in here to have some sweetness to make it taste good. Stir that up well, and then salt. And 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, which I have right here. Mayonnaise. I'll just use this spoon. That looks good. Doesn't have to be perfect. Well, this is a basic recipe for deviled eggs. Nothing fancy, but my son is 13 now, and he's been eating these deviled eggs with this recipe since he was probably 5. So even kids love this recipe. It's very basic. You can add relish and a lot of other things if you'd like, but when you're feeding children, they don't always have the developed taste buds to be able to eat all the things that adults eat. Now we're just going to go ahead and give this a little sample. Very yum. Alright, and last but not least, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of our vinegar in. And there we go. 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Might need a little more, I'm not for sure. Go ahead and just try that. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and get our egg launcher out. That's just a fancy name for a Pampered Chef gadget that I have here that's used for decorating. So I'm going to fill that up. It's right here, and there you go, you can see it. And you don't have to have this, this just makes your deviled eggs look a little fancier, like they came from the store at 50 cents a piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. This can be a little messy. Okay, there we are. Now we're going to go ahead and put the tip on here. Which I have just this round tip that should work pretty well. And then we'll take and screw it on. And then we'll go ahead and start filling these up. And I guess we'll just start here. Just kind of push and squeeze. This will take no time. And of course these will look really nice if you have to take them for somewhere special, picnic, party, whatever. Watch how much you put in here when you're using this, because it tends to go faster than you think. Okay, there we are. Now we're just going to go ahead and add some paprika, and we'll be all done. A nice set of deviled eggs to have for your dinner or to take for a special occasion.